break in the middle there and time to retool, fix stuff. Leviatan have barely had any time to turn this around. If you're rooting for the LATAM team here to win, you got to hope that they just got outclassed by Crew, because Crew are the best team in the universe.
Right. Maybe that's why Fracture was the map pick of their choice as well. Maybe get King on the pivotal role, playing at Julius again. The desk was talking about it. I'm a fan of it.
Definitely.
He was looking like the best player at times, but here we go. It's slow to begin with. Look at this setup here. Off of somebody's contact there. Sassy is holding a stun. They got a flash.
Yeah, I love it.
It's off the cam, actually.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful trap play.
It's a lovely trap play. But also, the only player in the area is Takolia, right? And he's starting to dismantle this. And this is going to force Pancada to stay outside of his camera. I mean, obviously, the camera not active now as well. But it makes it much more difficult to run a trap play like this. Instead, Tens and Zekken are just going to be double facing. The play, though, happening over towards A, as the entirety of Leviatan, essentially, making their way very slowly, contacting up through A halls. And what we noticed from Sentinels Fracture, and why it was ended up being so dominant on this side, I mean, the map in general, they had tons of trap plays. And this double duelist comp is playing so cautiously right now in the pistol.
Yeah, very careful. It's going to be that full retake on the pistol. 5v5. Stun being held here, an attempt maybe to fight into the spawn. Fault line's there. Yep, King was trying to get set up for something, but Tens, he does contain. Playing a bit more patiently. Taco with a dash active. Oh, PC. Something's gone wrong there. Still see the kills coming through for Lev.
Shy picking up Tens as there's a fight happening over a door.
Yeah.
Lev picking everything up.
And Zekken, the last one left. And he's still wondering about Taco. He's like, he knows he's vacated there, but does he know it's because of the PC? Not quite. Time's running short. Lev still win the pistol round despite that.
A Taco with the perfect play.
Yeah, the perfect play, the distraction play. Take no part in the round. Just run away.
Was it not Tens doing something extremely similar when we saw them play Bind with Leviatan in the driver's seat? And Sentinels had such a fantastic defense side against Cloud9. And like I said, so much of that was based on those trap plays coming through. And Sen have gambled possibly the correct side here.
Yeah.
Lev look like they're headed right into this.
This makes a lot of sense to do. Doubled up.
Both sheriffs.
Yeah. You can do some serious damage here, but no casualties. Narrowly avoiding it. And Lev spot that out. Seeing two players, they want nothing to do with it. Not against the half-buy or the eco.
I really like this. Both rounds that we've seen so far are Lev figuring out where the danger is on the map, where the trap play is, where the stack is, and then heading in the opposite direction. This is a double duelist composition. You'd be expecting this to be fast, explosive, flashy, and instead they're creeping around the map, finding the openings.
Super cautious. Making sure to gather all the information before they really commit into anything. Makes a lot of sense. Does make them a bit more susceptible, though, to faster plays. They, if Sentinels on the defensive side, they choose to fight over an area of the map.
Yeah, and if they, you know, commit to an area where Sen are fighting over, that could definitely be an issue. But with how cautious they are, I would expect them to back off if there was that level of defensive aggression.
Yeah.
And think about it in terms of...
Okay. Okay, Tens.
Prime form! No way!
3 kills! And is there time on the clock? Can this be possible? Can this be doable? It's diffusing halfway. Distractions plays. It needs to be coverage. Tens is sticking it. No time. But a decent try nevertheless. Yeah, that'll make you hold your breath for a second, won't it?
Is everyone awake again? We come back from the break and woken up.
Absolutely.
Well, sometimes you just get a reminder of the special level of mechanics that Tens has.
In my notes here, Josh, I had, Tens unreal form. Will it continue?
Yeah.
And I think there's a little teaser for us, honestly. The aim is still sharp.
Yeah, we'll see when rifles get into hands. And that's just taken a lot of the sting out of the buy this round. 2 players still had pistols, so they're going to be able to upgrade here. King and Taco, the 2 duelists. But look, the pace is still really slow. Shy getting up here, looking to try and break the Cypher utility and punished. Great adaptation from Marved. Not so much a trap setup on B, but just looking for that same play that Taco went for round 1.
Ready. Actually punishing it, yeah. That poking and prodding. That's when Lev are trying to hunt down and break the Cypher util.
And now Taco's looking to prod the opposite direction possibly assuming that Marved would still be playing Generator or Canteen, whereas he has doubled up with Pancada on site.
Here's the committal. All the way through over towards drop here. An attempt now through the smoke. That's a pop flash play around the corner. Tens taking the lead for the rest of his team. Gathered up now. Shoulder to shoulder. That's going to be the spike lower down, but enough time to reset the aim, but still brought down with the trade. This is full control of the site, full control of the spike. King and Taco have to pull out something special. You can hear him barreling towards him, Taco. He knows that he's being squeezed on those angles. That is beautiful movement from Marv. Adjusting it, never giving an easy shot. Leaving it up to King, but well, that is sharp.
The form's looking good from the Sentinels players, and that's something that we've been discussing a lot at LCQ. I was a bit concerned there because Marved was barreling into halls way in front of Pancada. Would have been rough if he missed the shot, but delivers, winning 2 crucial duels to help his team get into a fantastic spot and then to close them out again. Ooh.
Take what's useful.
So far, Leviatan have been able to avoid the major traps and major dangers, but this is our first rifle round. And we see them, broadly speaking, set up towards the north side and just ultimately ready for any defensive aggression. 2 double faces, high-low setups, one watching Dish and one watching Arcade.
Really cautious and aware of any sort of aggression that might come out of Sen.
Talk about discipline.
Yeah, just trying to absorb it.
But the problem with this kind of setup, potentially, is that you do spend a lot of time waiting for your opponent to do something without taking map control yourself.
There it is, flash reclearance from Sen, all that hall's control. This is going to give them a good indicator that most of Lev are going to be sitting towards the north side of the map.
And Shy is the person that's potentially under pressure.
He's
right
in the
now.
danger zone, yeah. The turret active, they know that he is at least tethered around that area of the map.
Always got an exit route via tunnel.
They might seek to punish here. Rolling Thunder, there's nobody onto the site to get that connection onto. Into the smoke, Pancada's repositioned now into the trip, and Pancada does claim the 1 kill. It's an orbital strike committed just into B main, maybe off of somebody's timing there, but it doesn't really get too much else done. It's a player advantage still to Sentinels. Bit of a breather in the round here because Slevo need to get the spike down. Time is of the essence.
Aftershock.
Seconds, yeah.
Nade.
30 seconds left.
So many things here that Sen can use to try and deny the plan.
There it is, Aftershock comes out. It's a flash over the top. The Aftershock connects. It's King's going to be falling to the utility here, and Lever really just feeling bogged. At this point, 2 players left alive. It's a 2v4. Might have to consider saving, but you still have control of the site. How are you going to really get this done? A tap onto it, but no, forcing it out. Not a favorable fight to take. This is Marv just cleaning them up.
Really well done by Sen there. There was a moment in that round where it could have all gone wrong. As Mazzino used this orbital strike, you called it out. It was based on Shy feeding that information over to him. Shy realized there was players coming from tree, called for the orbital strike. You just see it here, and they had to dash in front of it. Now, had Shy been able to pick one of those off, and then second-dive to orbital strike, maybe the round goes differently, possibly. But otherwise, Sentinels had all the map control they needed to get that flank retake working, and they pushed Leviatan down onto the bad buy.
How will this get taken? Jump spot from King. Again, that utility, supportive utility. Sassy and Tens have been amazing with it. Fault line for a fault line, just traded out equally. No ground to be gained. Taco, he's lucky there. Dash was active. Pop flash play was dodged, and it's the face. But they don't quite have the guns. Sen always going to be favored there.
Taco not quite realizing that Pancada was holding the line. Pretty aggressive angle for Pancada to take, and he swings again, not scared whatsoever.
Falling to pieces.
Picking them apart.
Yeah.
And the way the Lev are playing currently is that they have 3 players probing in one of these areas and then double lurks happening over on the B side. Taco is playing as a lurking jet currently, not playing that hard entry role. And Shy has also been given quite a bit of freedom to explore Arcade. Now, if Sen get an idea that that's happening, those are targets to be crunched on. And the more that you realize that those lurks are trying to be worked, the more easy they are to read.
This is ready.
We need to see some variety now from Leviatan. Maybe this would be a nice time to throw in some kind of fast execute with the double duelist comp. You've kind of conditioned Sen to expect slow-paced gameplay and a bit more of a prodding approach towards B. But instead, it looks disciplined and slow again.
Yeah. Same old, same old. They're going to be facing this, though. This is the trap play, maybe. There's no cam, but it's just going to be off, again, any sort of sound cue. Or what a strike on top of it. The flash re-peek. Players being caught with that, a slight amount of damage onto King. Spike was dropped down as well. It's good information. It's going to be called here for Sen.
And look how aware they are that there could be some kind of flank on the other side. Great kill from Marv. He gets 2.
Yeah. Takes the first one out, gets help from his teammate. Doubled up here. Smoke's being watched for because they are so aware.
I mean, Shy was never getting anything done there.
Leaves
Sentinels was so aware.
Offer him the one. Sassy out in the open. Spike in his hands here. Pancada swiftly moving towards him here with the rifle in his hands. Loses another duel, 11 health. Plenty of time on the clock, 45 seconds. Are they really just going to give him a series of 1v1s? It looked like potential was there maybe, but no, in the end, it's the 3-2-1 double face.
Sentinels looking hot in terms of how they're firing. Ten's 9-1, Marv's 8-1, winning so many of these duels. And they're so important. I mean, the way that Marv is firing here shuts down this arcade push completely. And remember that when Sentinels played against Cloud9, yeah, their players look like they're in raw form. Fantastic on Fracture. But then Marv looked really off when he was playing the Astro on the other 2 maps. So having Sen pop in here and getting a good start to the match could be incredibly important.
Yeah, integral. We'll be keeping a closer eye as well. Map number 2. See how that one also develops here. Double dark, and well, shot misses. Operator in the hands of Zekken.
Unusual to have your Rays be opping. That's one of the things that you don't expect playing against Sentinels comp.
A lot of teams opting into it. Compositions that don't necessarily suit having operators to still force it up because it is unexpected. Gives it value.
Sassy just got the orb over in A halls. He's now 1 away from having his Rolling Thunder online. Nobody to help Marv here.
Dash to move forwards. Past the sight lines here. Spam through the door. All the players grouped up now from Lev. Again, the utility just making sure that nobody can step foot outside, but now through San, it's a double satchel play. King not onto the high ground angle, double face once more. Sen playing together, the fundamentals quite clean. Flash. Taco, no smoking his way to try and play around this one. All popped off, but he is eliminated straight out of the sky. Every smoke watched for, and that's Rocket at the end. Well, we'll put a stop to that. It's 1 versus 1. Mazzino sticking a plan out. Extension of time for it. Zekken, orbital strike in his face. How does he play it? Satchel back to escape it.
Look at the patience there, though. He was trying to see if he could get a kill on Mazzino before that.
And what is that? Zekken. The crosshair placement, the understanding. Playing it to the crowds.
And he knows he played it to perfection. I mean, he paused inside the orbital strike
To see if Mazzino would give him the peek.
Yeah, unreal. Because he knows he has the blast pack to be able to get out. He's not worried about dying in that spot, and he understands that Mazzino's likely to have repositioned. I mean, it's so good there. When it looked like Lev had finally got the trading working into the site, they'd eventually got a pinch working where Mazzino and Nozwa combined together to trade out a lot of those kills. Now, still mistakes from the Leviatan side. King way too far ahead, not synced up with Taco Leah, but better signs from them. Still at a 5-round loss streak. I mean, overall, this team is at a 5-match loss streak as well. Lev need to pick things up.
Got to step it up. And a big ults online to maybe get a round on the board here. Put a stop to it. A lot of utility thrown their way. This is just to maintain control of Arcade. Shy still going for this, even though they've lost control of Arcade. It's unorthodox. Rolling Thunder pushing them back, and now they're going to try and strike right into them with the showstopper. King does not get anything. Just the one with the rifle before being traded here. Nozwa out in the open. It is absolute carnage and entertainment on Sassy. Can't assist, can't help out. Marv low enough here. Wins this duel out anyway.
How did he win that? He's on 3 HP.
Yeah, aftershock. They know where Mazzino's based. Exactly where he's going to be playing. Tucks into it, taking damage from it. Forcing one of the fights out. There's no swing from Marv.
Pancada's creeping around, though. Misses the op shot.
Yeah, tucked to the corner. This is still winnable for Mazzino. Marv low enough. All he needs is one more fight, but well, not offered the opportunity or the chance. Marv and Pancada calling the swing together here. And so far, the thing that's been sailing Sen through a lot of these rounds has been just the fundamentals.
I think they have great game plans on their defense side. This, to me, looks like Sen have far more of an idea of what they want to do. A much deeper playbook.
Also, hell of a I mean, They see the lockdown, they understand we're going to play for arcade control and then just fight it with the Rolling Thunder.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. They have setups in place and they know what to do against other teams throwing ideas at them. This map looks like Sentinels' best. When we saw them play against Cloud9, why on earth did Leviatan pick this map?
Not too sure. It's a valid question.
The whole map veto was incredibly strange.
Yeah. Off exchanging hands here. This time Pancada watching for it. Gives up control of main, and wow, the timing there is just quite unfortunate, but Mazzino strikes, he capitalizes.
In the meantime, there's a push out from Dish. They've broken the turret and that signals go.
All the way up into tower here. Already the plant coming down here. No one's really defending this at all, and you're giving him enough time to do that. He resets the he backs around into tower. You have to take the fight to him. Cleared out eventually. Order strike was dropped down as well just before death. Now we see it. Rolling Thunder push them back. They want to fight into the spawn here, but Sassy's containing from Canteen. It wasn't smoked off. It was an open angle, and Zekken is also plugging up the gaps. It's a 2 versus 3. Spike laid down. Satchel through. Flash on top of it. It's safety. Zekken with a quick tap as well, trying to force one of these fights out, doubled up. Now they have the information. Both the players here from Lev are close. Another flash, a repeat, a re-swing, and Shy takes the fight straight to them. With a rifle in hand, that's 3 in a round, and a difference maker.
Very close, but well done by Leviatan there to make sure that that tricky retake did not come through. It's a thrifty round, a light buy from Leviatan that they end up executing on to halt this run from Sen. But the question is possibly too little, too late. Lev need to take this now with rifles in hand and create a plan that's going to work for them. I mean, one of the things that worked very nicely there is that they got the first pick onto Pancada. There wasn't any Cypher utility to worry about, and they were able to react when they saw the defensive aggression. Here's more defensive aggression.
Yeah.
Shy is going to take the rope instantly. Is there a fast reactive push off the back of it, though? That's what worked in round 9. This time, Lev, there's no gas. They don't go anywhere.
It's fully slowed down. Any advantage they could have gained from Shy calling. There was that deep push onto the north side. They don't take it.
And I've got to think that that's because they're worried about Pancada. You don't want to be just running forwards into those trips. But we can see Pancada set up on the A site. They didn't have that information.
Lev will be able to creep into halls, gain control towards A. But the trouble is, Josh, I mean, the trip's laid down. Even if Pancada's smoked off, is guaranteed to maybe even just get one.
Yeah, and Zekken's got such fantastic information for all the rest of his team. They're going to play A for a little bit of a retake here, but at any point, Zekken can come back in with his ult. And Pancada's made it a 5v4 for Sen anyway.
Yeah, slipped through the gap, didn't he?
Marv's watching the lurk on B, by the way, this entire time. They know that Lev are lurking.
There's no way. In the smoke! That is just unfortunate. Falling off the back of the steps.
30 seconds left.
Wasn't going to win that one out. Cam. King's going to be removing it, taking control of it. Showstopper, though, that is active. And with the movement, Zekken, he survives. Drops down, though. No one to follow up onto this one. All his teammates in spawn for this. Spike's still not planted here. Shy, just from around the side there towards San, running all the way forward, seeking to try and deny this one. They need to take up this space. Hall's control. Turret broken. Shy peeking off of it. It's a 1v2. Sassy with so much more to do here. Dodging to the side of the fault line, forcing it. And here, gap into play, maybe he can start to get half onto the fuse, sticking it now. Nanoswarm at his feet, it's low enough. Spam doesn't do the damage, 2 bullets left, has to go for the reload here. In this 1v1, Turret still alive as well, might just bring him down if he tries to face wide, and the wrong timing for it. Shy, what a time, again to step up. It's been back-to-back rounds where he has just been a massive difference maker.
And think about how that round could have been different had Marv just not taken 1 step to the left and been falling off the staircase as Shy pushed through the smoke. This wins them the round.
Yeah.
I mean, or at least it opens up the door for Shy to win the round. He still had a lot to do after that. Had to win a 1v1 that Sassy made a little difficult. But Shy's coming up big for them. The thing is, to me, they knew that Shy was there. That should have been something that Sen were able to shut down. Got a bit unfortunate.
6-4. Attacker's already on the line.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
An opening kill for Leviatan and getting Taco activated, who's been languishing at the bottom of the scoreboard.
Lockdown earned from the prior round. This one will clear out the entirety of B. We're moving away now. Passing back. Shy does have the spike.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, so they can't actually take the space once this lockdown does go off.
And there's a push on the south side. These players are so slow getting into the site. The flank is already coming through from Marv and Picada.
Yeah, really labored, but enough time being bought here. Lev can set up this crossfire, just backing away. Zeno does not to take the fight, just baiting it for Shy, and there it is. He's feeling it. It's confidence right now with this guy's aim. Taking these shots across the ropes. Pancada wants nothing to do with it now, trying to regroup with the rest of the team. But it's a 3v5. Got to think about saving.
Yeah, it's definitely the right call. About to head into round 12. And what a recovery this has been from Leviatan. They look like they were completely out of it. And with 2 really scrappy rounds, then this one a little cleaner, they've managed to get this back into very reasonable territory for the half. A lot of it off the back of Shy, the rhinoceros.
That's been massive moments from him, right? Stepping up. I mean, the reason they win this one round.
He's also really important here again. He holds off that flank.
Yeah, and the lockdown in play at the beginning.
Absolutely. Leviatan is starting to get up to some big ultimates too. Tens has that null command, which can be fantastic for a retake situation because it stops, Zeno from using any molly lineup. So potentially at that point, you might have orbital strike, which could be difficult for the team too. Not really a tool that you want to be using early on though for Sen. They are sticking to the game plan. Sentinels have been grouping 3 players together and trying to push out an area of the map early while having Marv and Pancada anchor the opposite side. Both teams sticking to the game plan.
Yeah. You're worried. You don't really want to try and punish the alarm bot being placed, thinking that Shy could be alone, just in case Lev have adapted. Sometimes you see it from teams. They run the rest of them just with the Sentinel, trying to bait out some of those crunches. Again, it's just so cautious. Slow going, a tap onto the orb. Taco hoping to bait out a fight. Breaking the cam. Minute left in the round here for the final one of this first half.
And it looks like we're going to have a big clash at B.
Oh, yeah.
3 players ready to collect. This looks like a fault line and a peak.
There it is, stun close to the corner here. Movement, they can hear the footsteps, and it's Lev who are entirely favored.
Sentinels did not realize that there was going to be so many players around there in Arcade. They were looking for info, got more than they bargained for.
Yep, utility used to clear out towards the top side of the tower, but it should be a free plant. Moving up together now. The final round. E-Flash is still available. Here's a no command. Hot flash play through the smoke. Running right through them, but Tens struck to his knees. There was no follow-up there. The Nano Swarm laid down into the smoke was everything to just try and stop that. Bit of spam through the box, no kills there. Elsewhere still just needs to get this plant down as well. Shy covering, and it's all up to Sassy. It's looking like Lev bringing it all the way back, and that's 6-6. Massive string of rounds here for Leviatan. Maybe more evidence as well as to why they might have picked this map.
Absolutely. We were questioning the map pick. King 3 and 10, that was what we assumed would be the win condition, but it hasn't been the case. Already now, Sentinels have given up more rounds on Fracture than they did in the entire map versus Cloud9. That ended 13-5. And I think this qualifies as a real recovery from Leviatan, powered by Shy's fragging.
Yeah. Shy has been just a massive player.
They're on the defense side. Shy has a Sheriff, no Killjoy setup to speak of, and 4 players stacked on B. I mean, this is such a hard read that Sen are going B, and look exactly where Sentinel's attack are.
Yep.
Everybody about to walk into the maw.
It's high ground held by Taco Lee on the one side, stun onto the other, any form of contact. There's danger abound, isn't it? It's Nade. Might be quite good here. Waiting for the timing here. 120. There it is. Nade's going to be missing them all the way forwards here, though. Zekken. Satchel's blinded up. He's taken out, and they call the cancel.
They've cancelled, but Pancada's used the distraction to get in a little. Oh,
Taco
spotted by Taco on top of Jenny.
So he won't be able to get too much done. And again, Taco, he turns around. There's a fight to be taken towards main. It's a little bit shaky. The Sentinels trying to call that cancel here. A lot of damage done on top of it here to Tens. They need to take some risks here. They need a kill.
Cage triggered.
Turret's still alive and active round. There's a doubled up face.
Spike down.
Surprised the Tens doesn't go down, only on 5 HP here, moving up into tower. King, enough to get the job done there. And it would have to be that 1v5, an almost impossible scenario here, fully grouped up. There's the first. But Lev not willing to give him
30
anything
seconds
else.
left.
There's fear stricken into them. It's full discipline. Even to the jeers of the crowd. Lev not willing to overstep themselves. They know exactly what their win condition is. It's that safety in numbers. Yeah.
And Tens can feel it. He knows he's being baited at that point, but I mean, what more can he do? What is that read from Leviatan? That's not, as far as I'm aware, some kind of hard anti-strat that you would be able to get from watching the VOD. The pistol round that Sentinels played yesterday against, or was it yesterday? The Sentinels, the pistol round that they played at some point, time has no meaning anymore.
Yeah, bro, I mean, don't ask me for what they were on.
But the pistol round that they did on the attack side against Cloud9, they went towards A, completely different. And yet Lev had 4 players stacked up, having a soul read that was going to end by coming upstairs.
Grants him a good opening. Now it's about carrying it forwards, converting it into a few more here. For Sentinels, drop down to the eco round. The goal might just be to farm up some of these orbs. Grouped up. No response, just a knife sent flying.
It's a great knife, and it's going to land onto Shy repeatedly if he plays over towards B. There's very few spots that you can play on site and manage to dodge that.
Yeah, it makes him aware that they're playing towards tower again.
But at the same time, I mean, the economy advantage is so large, it's not like you're going to be popping classics here.
Yeah, Mazzino's contact, there's going to be a stun from this. That's being held by Nozwa. There it is, fault lines let ripped. The team stun, Shy's running out of bullets! Patience needs to be played here, but no, it's all collected and saved in the end there. But the guns
player standing.
can't really get too much more done, and so Pancada left alone, 1v4.
You know, Brent, that wasn't the prettiest trap play I've ever seen in my life.
No, it
but
wasn't.
It got the job done. Pancada's left in a 1v4, similar to Tens in the prior round, to be honest. And at the moment, Lev looking pretty. 2 Spectres, a Guardian and a Bulldog that they're going to be taking into the next round to try and make some kind of bonus play happen. And they still clearly have some kind of ideas of where they want to be laying traps around the map.
Yeah.
We didn't really need to see too much of the attack side from Sentinels on Fracture. They won so cleanly on their defense against Cloud9 that we don't know how good they are here. They might be average and they just scrape by because they had such a lead. Maybe they're excellent. It all remains to be seen.
Oh, this is set up for a brawl, isn't it? Util's going to be dumped straight into B main. You can see it, stun set up, smoke behind it, and Senna fully grouped up. No presence shown, but off the orbs contact, they want to stun, they want to fight for it. Nade at the feet, Aftershock into the corner. This is a call made for Lev. They want to try and fight it. An attempt of it. It's Tens. Takes the first blood and more.
That is a lovely idea from Sen. And it looks like an enormous clash is going to happen over there in tree, and instead, they don't ever walk through that smoke. As soon as the smoke is put, they're waiting for the orb to tap, and they spring their own trap out the back of it.
Yeah.
It's lovely stuff, but it has left Sentinels all grouped up. All 4 players, with Pancada giving them information over towards the north side of the map. And they've still got to get into the site here cleanly.
The cam's still active from Pancada, so he knows that nobody's really pushed up. Just clearing the corner in case there was a timing for it. Knife against tower. Nozwa not tagged by it, but spotted out anyway. They know that there's 2 players here towards it. Flash, support. Nozwa still looking to just run to the side here. Another flash in his hands, doubled up towards it. A fight towards, out of canteen. Flash again, but no, cleaning up. So
that's quite a lot of damage done. I mean, that's a bonus round that's taken 3 guns away from Sen. And while Tens has his null command up, which could lend them a large amount of momentum, pushing forwards, getting onto site easily off the back of that ultimate, there is going to be a little bit of stuff missing here. You know, Guardian light armor here for Tens. The Aftershock not present for Sassy. There's pieces missing on this.
yeah.
So we'll see. Sen have a massive advantage, though, with that null command. They're just going to look to head fast into B. This is where Shy's been playing frequently. This is where you can turn off the Killjoy utility.
It makes sense to utilize it here. It's going to be one of the biggest deterrents. Everybody holding.
This has got to be one of the most quiet maps of Fracture I've ever seen.
Yeah, normally these teams, they love to brawl out towards the extremities, but it has been all contact plays.
So convinced that they were going to go for a fast B hit there. All 4 of them grouped up. And now it's Pancada to fend off Taco. No. And he just slinks across the rope.
Yep.
Doesn't
Getting out of
even
there,
realize.
no noise. Taco's watching it, but will he catch it?
He didn't even see him.
No, did not see it at all.
I mean, the most perfect of timings. I don't know for who.
Jiggle from King, he's got to get out of there. No command, so no util to be used. The defending players are left, looking to try and anchor it down. There is smokes in play, though. Lay it down. It's going to make it difficult for them to try and work through. Pop flash play. Again, it's 10. Leading the charge. King has beamed them down, lined them up. There's no real follow-up there from the Sentinels players. 3 players left standing. Maybe they can salvage this situation, but they're all grouped up towards Sand, just trying to walk through and work their own advantages. Individualistic at best. It's not going to carry them through the round. Lev got the right read.
Yeah, Lev had completely got the right read. Taco cleared out the entirety of Dish, realized that they were going for an A-pop, and there was 4 players ready to receive. This is almost going to be impossible for Sassy and Pancada. And it's 10 seconds left. It's just a save. Even if they killed Shy at this point, they wouldn't be able to get to the site and plant. I'm confused what the call was there for Sentinels, to be honest with you. Because ideally with the null command, you want to be trying to find the site that has 2 players on it. Almost always that is going to be the site that the Killjoy is playing on. So if you don't hear Killjoy utility, it doesn't really make sense to me to be popping null command and rushing the site, because it's more likely than not going to have 3, possibly 4 players there. Wow. Excellent work from King, though. In a position where he could dodge the first flash that came through from TenZ. And what they lacked there was any crosshair breaking. You know, it's not Zekken diving through the smoke, pulling crosshairs while TenZ trades through. It's all...
Looking like Lev can go on a bit of a run. Streak of these rounds maybe on the cards here. Waiting for the barriers to go down. Sentinels setting their sights over towards B. Is this where they inject a bit of pace into it?
It's been so slow so far by both teams. I really doubt it.
Yeah. Knife not getting any tags. Taco again on this high ground position. Looks away, but orb's being picked up. Double face. Just to break that turret and a swing on the other side of things. That's Shy trying to capitalize. More. Smoke's going to be layered down here. Again, there's not really too much oomph being placed off the back of it here from Sentinels. Not aware. Again, that angle was just being played by Taco. Spamming the damage here. Minute 10 left. Pop flash through. They want to try and take the fight to it. Taco, who's blinded up. Just spraying through. He deals with that aggression almost single-handedly. Leaves it up to Pancada, up towards tower. Does have the rifle, but stunned up. Hops away around the corner here. B-Hop, first kill. There's his. Dodging to the side. Nade out in the open now. Just the easy sight line for Mazzino to clean up.
And Taco hunts down that kill so aggressively because I think he's looking to try and pick up an operator now. We'll see if he ends up going for it. But they have the money, and Sentinels have been playing very contact all around the map. I feel like a defensive op here would be fabulous. Look how much value Taco's getting anyway from just being sat on, you know, positions where he can take that first contact and get away. I mean, frankly, that is ridiculous. But the opening kill from Generator, those kind of slow peaks, he's going to eat them up if he opts and he's hitting the shots.
Wants the switch up.
It is Taco with the op.
Yeah, he's purchased it now. Aware of the slow play style from Sentinels. You keep trying to contact in, you might get punished. Flash. Zeno has to respect that. Running away. Orbital strike. Does he really choose to use this? Yeah, with a stun. Connects onto them. And there's the kills.
Beautiful.
Almost grabbing a second. That is adaptability. We haven't seen that from a while from Lev.
Yeah, both teams have really cooked on the defense side here.
We go.
Wait a second. Sending it deep.
Close to the corner. That's Pancada trying to initiate a bit of running and gunning towards him. Offset the trajectory of the rocket, but no, still a kill there. 2 players, Zekken and Sassy, taking damage. There's a minute left, but again, when you try and play slow and contacty, that is what we're talking about. The operator pickup, finding that value.
And what easy value to give Taco. I mean, that's a player that's been struggling, and if you offer him those kind of shots, he is going to be good for them. You know, you've got to still make it difficult for a player that's had a period of bad form. Instead, Leviatan looking like they're going to be able to get up to 11 here, and the doubt for the fracture pick, I mean, is now being completely flipped on its head. Sentinels do not have any clue of how to be able to get through this.
It's a struggle. Not for Lev here, that's flawless. Economy flourishing. Said it earlier, they're going to be able to get that string of rounds going.
What? one of the things I'd really like to see from Sentinels is for them to play quickly at the beginning of the rounds in order to get early map control, because when you look at the way that the double duelist comp is going to play for Leviatan, they don't have very good information gathering. They're going to have to flash peek their duelists into positions, and that's where you can punish them for going for those info peaks. But you can't force them to make info peaks if...
Lower bracket here for LCQ. Really is the final chance for both of these rosters to showcase something for VCT 2023, whether you continue in the tournament or not. Now, seeing this beginning, this is a molly. It's going to go to the backside of tower, but Taco's here, and there's nothing to push him off of. Pancada's lucky. He does not pay for his life. Hopping over the top, trying to get a read on where he is. The cage layer down, and on the other side of things, it's already pounced upon. Sentinels taking up all that space. Taco's pressured, knives out, the right click misses. It is absolute anarchy. Lev, they're seeking to capitalize it. A monstrous round, man.
And Zekan's done what he could. Double blast packing deep into Jenny with a stinger. Brought down to 700 to try and make something happen for Sen.
Yeah.
But it was a half buy. They were in some senses just throwing that one in there to see if they could possibly stop Lev from getting up to map point. but Taco had a fun time over there at Tree.
Yeah, it was like a prison brawl. It just felt so scrappy. Meanwhile, it's just like World War III occurring on the site.
The only attacking round that Sen have won is when they were on an anti-bonus, 5 rifles against 2.
And this is it. Got plenty of ults to work with. Rifles in hand here. Now you're starting to go fast here. Zekan spots it. One player found. There's a showstopper, 1 kill there, but King's still locking down the horse angle, and he's firing, isn't he? Confidence is there. Marv being punished and squeezed from behind. It's all over the place. Tens now. Chance to really redeem. He spots the last player out, but the spike is out in the open. It needs to be reclaimed by Sen. Grouping up, playing together. They shut it down as Nozwa attempts that peek.
That's an awesome round by Sentinels. You see the lineup that Tens throws with his knife at the beginning of the round. That was it's from spawn, catching the underneath of drop on A. And as soon as it suppresses Shy, that's the go button. Killjoy utility down, let's hit A fast, quick. And it would have been clean had it not been for King, who did an expert job at dropping the spike as it was getting through halls and turning around and dealing with Zekan too, with a quick 180. Nevertheless, Sentinels get that online. Still, a Sheriff and a Bulldog coming in here.
The money took a beating despite winning the round here. They want to go fast again. That's going to be a stun. Meeting them, Zekan falling just to the operator. Not enough to push Taco off of that angle and that line. Could this be it? Could that be the finisher for the map here? Over the dash active for Taco! Oversteps himself, doesn't he? But what a shot from Tens. Pop flash play right into the rifles. They're singing out loud, and there's harmony on the other side here for Lev. Pancada finding his footing onto the side. A tap of the plant. Molly forced her back to double face out, but this is it. It's all for it. All for a strike. Fight to be won. Lev 13-8.
And what a resurgence for a side that got absolutely slapped by their Latam rivals. They're championship players, world champion winners at Masters and at Champs. And then with Zekan as their best player, arguably. This is a squad that's now on the verge of being eliminated and having their 2023 season over.
Yep. Time to step it up. See for the opening pistol round. Stray shots fired across. A slight chance for Tens. Not able to grasp it. Into mid now. Taco. Slight jiggle here. Can't shy away from it.
Sen were getting punished really hard on their mid take previously by teams that... by Cloud9 specifically, that were running trap plays on them.
Yeah, and here it is, as the AWP falls as well. They want to try and take the fight. There's a satchel at the feet to set up the fight. Nade rebounds, but Taco just pressing the advantage, pushing forwards into mid. There is that reaction from Sen, absorbing up the A site, making sure they take it and get that plant down here. Tens needs to stay alive. Holding control onto ramp is going to be so damn important. Wow, spots absolutely everybody. It's a party up there towards ramp. Now they look to try and at least fight them. Pancada playing back. Playing his life.
That's a team flash that comes through from Sassy as well.
The shots are not good. A lot of them going wide here. Taco is able to win that one out. It's a jet adversary. Sassy anchoring towards the back of the site here. No one can really deny this one off of the plant. Still is marked.
There's no pull.
Where's the pull? It's late and delayed. It's half onto the fuse, but Noz was the last one left in a 1v2. The time pressure. I start to get to him here. Tap onto it to try and force one of the fights out. And yeah, timing's taken well enough. There it is. A pistol round. Round for Sentinels.
Hairy, but they get it
was
done.
shaky.
Yeah, a little dodgy, but they ended up coming out fresh on the other side of things. Marv, with his positioning in heaven, ended up being absolutely crucial. He was on a really late push around. Very far away from the rest of his team there, provided them smokes and then came back up through. This is the play that really wins it for them with his positioning. I don't believe he had enough stars to even put a pull on the spike there towards the end, although he may have got one back really late on. So Sen, they need to get this one started. Get the machine rolling, get the economy blooming. They won 6 rounds in a row on Fracture before Lev were able to respond. And at that point, Leviatan just kind of ran away with things. The Sentinels' attack side looked very rough and very slow. I'm concerned about how they're taking mid-control already, but we'll see whether that comes to fruition in more of the rifle rounds.
Yeah, here for the eco, at least it's Lev that are stacked out towards B. The Trailblazer, clearing the way. No players spotted here. Lev instead playing all the way off site for a bit of a reaction. Yeah, pushing back out towards heaven, and they've caught Sassy. Yep.
Spike down.
Classic moment here with a spike drop down. Now Lev can afford to really just try and take the fight straight to them with a Trailblazer. Sets it up with a stun. This is Lev in complete control.
Oh, it's a mess.
Got to try and reclaim this one. Pancada hoping to get the spike in his hands, but he is being pinched. Yep, Taco already pushed up. Dash activates though. Didn't have the crosshair ready for it. Tekken close towards them, but he's got so many targets to contend with. Anticipated the reswing here, but he's left it into a 2 versus 2. Other weapons reclaimable.
It was very important that Zek can push that far forwards in order to help create space for Pancada to get safely into sight.
Left cool here to go through mid. I think it's easier access to the weapons, yeah.
Yeah, so they should be able to pick something up. Not exactly sure what weaponry was dropped up here, but there's got to be stuff. Has it all been shepherded away? It looks like they don't have too much.
Doubled up though. Into heaven. Marv wasn't watching for it. Flashed. Fully blinded up. Needs some help now from his teammate Pancada on across the ropes. Does nail the shots in the end, but Nosra, what a peek. 13 bullets left. Plenty of health as well. Drops down. That's going to be heard by Marv. Does he have the util for this? A tap. Trying to bait it out. There's actually no star on that. Nosra maybe not anticipating it, but running straight into him.
Has he got it? This is going to be so close.
Yeah, the timing. It's going to be rough. Let's find out just how close it really is. He's got it. 0.06. Unbelievable play towards the end from everybody on Leviatan, but it's Nosra that takes it. Milliseconds the difference there, but this is the major error. Sassy alone with the spike, coming through behind the duelist that had already got to sight. Nobody controlling that staircase. I mean, a call there from Lev is fantastic. Eco rounds, you expect the team that's on the eco that are going to be stacking aside, trying to turn the tide of the round.
The players have great intuition to know whether or not they've got it, but when it's 6 milliseconds in it, you can't tell that.
Can't tell.
You just, hope and pray.
And it's forced Sentinels onto the back foot once more.
What a way to instantly stop any momentum.
Through the smoke. There's no kill. That's with the Phantom.
Too easy.
Yeah.
And that is going to start the Viper's Pit coming up 2 orbs away from having a massively important ultimate online.
Loading up the ults. Enough noise being made as well. It's Leviatan, full awareness that they've at least got one of the players corralled over towards A. And Kada is hunting. If he gets a kill, maybe they can open up the site, maybe they can find something. Just pure contact plays. Shy, he's missed the timing. A footstep was made. Does Pancada know he's there? Yeah, he does. Strikes onto it, picks up the rifle now, and the site is gained, so we'll be able to get a plan, but it's going to be safe. Let's play this together now in a 4v2. They shouldn't really leave any gaps.
Massive amounts of utility, and Pancada's been caught on the cross.
Yeah, out towards the open. Just raw aim duels. That's what sails them through it. Keeping the economy honest and healthy.
Pancada has to make a play there in a 2v4. You can't just try and play everybody from sight. You're going to get flushed out by the Raise Nade, and snake bites are going to come through. Stuns potentially from Mazzino. So I don't mind him trying to get across there. It's a risky play, but he's got to go for it. Leviatan sailed through that one very cleanly thanks to the 3K in mid. And that means their economy is going to be in an unbelievable spot. I mean, they've got full rifles on what is almost like another bonus, but even better now. Rifle v rifle round, but even if they lose it, they've got more behind. And they're so close to these ults. 2 away from Kings, 1 from Nozwas. Playing with the Raze and the Jet, kind of swapped compared to their usual positions.
Flash deep onto Ramp. No pace behind it. Just waiting it out, baiting some of this utility. There's 2 Sentinels players just watching into mid. The Flash not really quite connecting. And again, so passive. Plenty of noise being made by Sentinels, of course, towards A main. Already the Trailblazer going to be leading up towards Ramp, but again, nobody following up after it. I mean, Lev not being forced to use too much util at all to try and stop them. Now they're making the moves, but again, it's contact plays right as there's a re-clearance called by Lev, and they're caught into the firing line.
It's very good from Pancada, though, at least, to make that go 1-for-1. But Lev now control another area of the map. Sentinels have not created much pressure in mid. Taco's pushed all the way out of B main. Leviatan know everything.
Yeah. Now this is going to be the A hit now. The Seekers pushing forwards, pulled, but a moment. And dealt with as well. I'm not going to be pointing anyone to where a sole player anchoring is towards the back of the site. Is Shy. Flash is really fantastic. More so than that. 3-piece as he's feeling the pressure, as he's feeling the heat.
Amazing stuff from Shy in the back of sight there. Given the timing perfectly. And King's throwing snake bites from heaven, stalling the entirety of Sentinels out.
Yeah.
And Lev are picking them to pieces. Sentinels do not have enough map control. The exact same problem that they were running into on Fracture. Different map, same problem. They're not taking mid, they're not getting up fast enough, they're not controlling B main, so Taco's pushing out there. All Lev need to do is cook up some small info plays around the map and get confident with the pushes, and they realize there's no one home. Sen are just so grouped up.
Yeah. Getting away with it.
That drops everybody down to Stingers again.
Stingers and a half armor, they can still do some damage, but Lev right now, great game plans, lots of ultimates to work with. All propped up, a lot of noise being made here. There's a dash attempt! Oh, there was no util to really set that one. King trying to spam it as a nade right at his feet, chunked down. 49 has to give up towards Rope, but he's got the pick for them. That's what he was hoping for.
So now Sentinels have mid control, but they've used all 5 players to do it. I know that this is a sting around, and you're going to want to deathball a little more than usual. But that demonstrates the issue.
Oh my god! The spray transfer is just sublime. And the backup there, Taco. Watchful eye from B main. No gaps, no opportunities, no chances for Sentinels to get any sort of grasp on the round here, but
and now that's Leviatan in back-to-back anti-eco rounds, being able to get a single player spraying people down. You know, King got 3 the last time, Mazzino with 3 there. Gorgeous spray transfer onto second. But what that means is Sentinels are not harming the economy. Leviatan are going to have enough to be able to put it into a pension fund at the end of this. I mean, they are so high up. 4 ultimates as well. Taco with an operator. They are controlling this game. The same issues again for Sen.
Grouped up as 5 though. Maybe now you start to see it going fast. Trailblazer up towards Ramp now. Rest of the team following it up. 3-2 split towards it. Flash as well, and a dash forwards, but no one's watching towards the ropes. King has got away with murder. Backing away, playing his life, and Taco towards the side where the operator. It's clean. Clean enough. Picks up with a quick scope. A second one, why not? But still Shy. Edging around the smoke, but brought down by Pancada. It's had to be that difference maker. Now the showstopper, Rocket, landing, damage done. Not enough for a kill, but King does follow up in the end. And again, it's all up to Pancada. Zenade stands his ground, damage being done, has to swing wide out of harm's way, but right into the rifles yet again.
It stinks of desperation for Sentinels. The way that they're taking ramp control with all 5, getting into heaven. Nobody watching towards vents. Massive gap in their play there. No pressure onto Taco or Shy, who would be playing these kind of positions. Sassy just kind of runs out A main because they don't have a good way of being able to coordinate it between them. It still looks puggy. After months of practice, this was supposed to be Sentinels in their peak form after they'd had that time to really... You know, they've been looking to try and go in a couple of directions. They either send it up mid or they send it up ramp, but they're not going together. They're not being able to create multiple threats. Now, I mean, part of the problem is they're going too much together, tending to group up a lot. I mean, here playing for a bit of A ramp control.
Wall up, a flash. Grouped up together now, Sassy and Tens.
Now the mid players start to take a little bit of space. In theory here, this could put the pinch onto King.
Yep, King's feeling it. He knows he's being pressured now because he's lost control of mid. He's looking towards that direction, but Taco's still posted up here. The operator. Oh, King. Still so intelligent. He backs away knowing which area of the maps is compromised here. Now they're giving up some semblance here of having control. Still on the angle, but paying it for his life here. Taco now in a bit of danger. He's out into the open. Has to use the dash to try and get back here. Showstopper around the corner. Missing it up trap, but the damage is done. And there are the kills flooding in for Sentinels. This time, didn't quite have the weaponry for it. Marved to get out of there, being spammed onto the corner. Still, 2 versus 4. Spike.
Everyone's so grouped up.
Yep,
That
starting to get planted.
Noswa still has nade.
They still want to play for this one. Grouped up. It could have been potential there for a couple more kills here. Noswa, though, eager to take the fight now. Around Pillar, it's second with the op who shuts that down. So a Thrifty. One of the ways to get back into it, Josh.
Definitely. And a 4v5 too. One where they're able to take a little bit of control in A heaven and then explode into sight with the Showstopper. It doesn't grant them the kill, but it does enough damage that Zakin can finish it off afterwards. We've seen situations like this before, though, where, you know, that first player gets picked off and there really wasn't anything behind it. This time, Zekin does his job, gets in, finds the kill, opens up the space for the rest of his team. They need more of that. Op online for Taco. Early Viper's Pit before you've even heard anything in mid.
Suffocating. Locks out the mid position away from Sentinels from being able to take it. That is such, again, a narrow angle that Mazzino was playing on, and he got the damage done.
Yeah, he did. 140 onto 10s. Headshot with the Phantom. On the other side of the map, Taco got pushed off a ramp, and now they're using the Trailblazer to set him back up. It should be difficult for Taco to peek in these kind of areas because Pancada can open up the orb and the wall repeatedly. Tens was really struggling with that against Cloud9 and the Cypher cams.
There needs to be util to clear this corner now.
Cypher cages, sorry.
Yeah. Here it is. Taco posted back up onto the angle, like you were mentioning, Josh. Already value to be gained. Gets the first kill, dash to disengage. He hears that presence up towards ramp, quick scope. Not narrowing the target there, but Nos was right there beside him. Smoke laid down at the feet of 10's, not enough to stop the bullets, and again, it's still watching it out. Sen just struggling to deal with it. Taco here, flawless, and a 4K to finish that round.
Okay.
Where's he been hiding that?
Stick to your roles and we'll crush
He's
it.
10 and 4, looking rejuvenated. This is the guy who on stream has been making jokes about, oh, well, not going to be able to see you guys next year. Going to be riding the bench or car playing in tier 2, haha.
Flawless.
He knows he's been underperforming, and it was kind of a self-serving prophecy all throughout this year where he was worried about it, not able to step up. I don't know if he's just gotten loose today or what, but
yeah.
My God, he's back. There's something in the water at LCQ.
Something, man.
All of these players that have been underperforming all year, you know, your Klaus, your Nags, your Taco, suddenly...
Script's been flipped.
Completely.
Bladestorm for 10's here again. It's the dog to set it up. Someone needs to break this one, though. That's going to be hot to try and clear that one out. Yep, spam onto the corner, so... 10's still posted. Hold this angle. There's not really too much to threaten other areas of the map again.
Here's the mid take coming through, though, at the same time.
Mazzino's just watching for it, though.
Yeah, but also Marv not close enough to be able to trade that one out.
Satchel out.
So he brings it down. Sen. Really struggling to get anything done at all. And what's the play? Dash is here. They're going to try and, yep. It's a flash. Dash step up, drop around to the side. Good movement from King. And wow! Claiming 2. Will he get the 3rd? Yes, he will. How dare I doubt? 8 bullets left. Hunting. Pancada. Damage done to him, though. Down his adversary. Eager to take the fight straight to him. Shy's feeling incredibly confident. Can feel it in the way that almost all of these Leviatan players are playing.
Yeah, the whole
Say
team
one
is
of my
feeling it.
creatures. It's a good thing, all right?
And King having an excellent round there. Being able to pick off this player, catch Sassy. I mean, the trades are just not coming through at all for Sentinels, so these players are being offered multiple 1v1s, and Lev's form is good enough to win them. And that was the thing that looked like it was carrying Sentinels through those moments where they had their success, was that they were winning opening duels. They were finding much more value than they were in the regular season. At the moment, they're getting battered. And Taco is roaming around the map, hunting kills in an aggressive manner we haven't seen from him in a long time.
Taking that peek. Ooh, ludicrous.
He does miss it though. This time, not quite able to deliver.
Yeah, lucky to get out with his life. Pushing back though, enough damage being done here. The heal was online. Trailblazer now to push Sentinels deep into position, all the way onto the side towards Pillar though. Mazzino's going to be feeling the heat, isn't he? Satchel play takes him out of Sky. Zekken is removed, but there is that trade with the rifle in the hands of TenZ up towards the staircase though. Pays for it.
Yeah, I mean,
site control, but at what cost?
That is the definition of no respect, but at the moment,
Here.
it's not working for Sen at all. Taco misses another one, but Shy is there. And they're in a 3v2 where they have the economy advantage to... Oh, there's weapons though. TenZ and Sassy have picked them up.
Rifles now in their hands.
Oh, and TenZ is making the play here. The timing for this could be masterful.
And it's a 3 versus 2. Has to be risked, don't they? What angle's opened up? Well, there's one. Sassy knows where to place it with the crosshair. Hugging towards the pillar. Flash. It's a connection up towards the top, though. It's notified. TenZ dashes down! And it's majestic! Another thrifty win. Anything to get the rounds tallied up, piled up. Something to get them back into the action.
At the moment, Sentinels have only won rounds where they've had a bad buy. I mean, the pistol round, both teams have a bad buy. Probably not fair to make that claim, but other than that, 2 thrifties.
Last player standing.
Excellent performance towards the end here from TenZ. Played it very nicely. And Sassy was able to help him out with only his 2nd kill of the map so far. A massive underperformance from Sassy on the Sky. But they have a lifeline now. It's possible that they could make this a 7-5 half.
Operator spotted out. Taco, good news, didn't have to use the dash. Still got it in his back pocket. Sen aren't necessarily feeling dissuaded away from mid.
But look how active Taco is around the map and how good they are at being able to put him onto these positions. Sure, they give up mid control, but they're instantly putting their operator deep on this A-line.
The deep dash. And nade as well to try and punish the position that King has been playing, but he was already rotating. Backed away towards the safety of B Heaven.
B is weak right now. Noswa used his boombot at the start of the round, and Pancada should have been able to hear that.
Flash smoke. King's pushed back. Doesn't hear much else past this. Is he going to be making a call for the rotations? No, because Taco still there.
And that's the advantage of being aggressive with the operator player and using Trailblazers to set them up on angles. You get value later on in the half. In the round, sorry.
Noswa should be favored there, yeah. He's going to be able to see TenZ before he sees him. There's a dash back online for Taco. Oh, does not quite get away with it. Sen really just barreled through. Finding multiple kills. Cosmic Divide online now. Splits up the site. Safety in numbers. An exchange of it. That one to Zekken. Now going to be 2 away from his own ult, but the Cosmic Divide splits this up further. No one actually playing towards main. Everyone all the way towards site. Lev getting themselves into position. Tucked behind. Flash in the hands of Shy. Pushing forwards. No connection there. How is King getting away with this? Towards Heaven, though. It's marked. Shuts down Mazzino. Players approaching the position of Zekken. He's got to do some work right now. Knows that they've exited onto the side. Marved, he hears the footsteps. Damage done again, but no kills in sight. Lev, if they play this one together, they should get it done. Zekken needs to do so much. Playing around it. Weaving, popping, shoot King. And he's pulled them through the round.
Last round before the switch.
Fantastic play there in the 1v2 from Zekken. And King did what he could. I mean, he looked excellent in terms of how he was taking the fights. Really a battle between those two for who was going to have more impact in the round. But this one, a slow siege on the A site after they got back into these spots and anticipating the areas that Leviatan were going to peek from. That, to me, is the big difference maker there for Sentinels, is that they realized where people were going to be stood. They keep getting caught out by Lev playing a little unconventionally, you might say, with Taco playing more aggressive angles than usual.
Toxin screen down.
And they've also done quite a bit of swapping Taco and Noswa's positioning. They go back to what you consider the standard defensive setup with Jet and Sky on A.
King has been holding down his mid position. The second pit he's earned, but well, blinded up. Eight at his feet. Plenty plenty of damage done. Not enough to really drop this pit, though. Be able to skirt back into it. Get the fuel generating again.
He does have to be a little cautious here that somebody has gotten deep inside of his ultimate, but King is feeling it. I mean, he just re-clears the whole of his ult instantly with the shorty. So now they have mid information again. Pings on the map over towards B. This is going to be an explosion, possibly with the showstopper.
Yeah, Zekin's got that one in his back pocket. The smoke drop down, pull. Oh, it's going to be used by Lev first towards the corner. And any sort of follow-up, any sort of capitalization, it's for naught. Zekin doesn't get anything with it. The rifles beaming him down now. It's all up to Pancada once more. How many times have we said this one? Looking at 8-4. All grouped up, 3 players. No crumbs. And that's Lev with a massive lead here. Second map, already leading the series in this elimination game.
Sen only able to pick up 4 rounds on their attack side. It did look the weaker on map 1, but their backs are up against the wall. This could be the end of their 20, and Leviatan are exploiting it to the max right now. It felt like Sentinels were close to getting the formula correct as we were watching them against Cloud9. But today, Lev are showing there is a big difference between a group of top players and a team.
Pistol round begins. First 10 seconds as Taco has already been set up onto the angle. No time wasted with it. The rest of his team returning, setting their sights towards mid. So goal there just being to set up those players and push them back. Pancada, you're so wide out in the open, but there's no punish from Shy. He's almost there. Giving him a few more bullets. Very patient play. Waiting for it to be opened up now. Who will be the difference maker?
Here comes the Trailblazer up mid. It's going to allow Nosworth to get much deeper and connect with Taco Leah. They're going to pinch, see if there's anybody in vents. And with nobody there, they now control mid and A heaven and A ramp. Massive amounts of map control. Not something that Sen were able to really accomplish.
They've lost control of heaven, but they don't seem to be concerned right now. Sen aren't really watching it.
I mean, Marved is in a spot where either...
It's a one and done, man.
I mean, unless they don't check it.
Yeah, he hears the footsteps. That was the timing he was looking for. They need something else to set this up, though. Smoke in the face of Zekin. There's a flash. Is it going to be a push attempt? Yeah, right into the smoke. Trying to bring down King, but no. He survives with Marv falling close to the wall there. Second,
they're calling the cancel.
Running straight out, and they do cancel. They pivot right through mid again with control of it because Mazzino has gained all the ground.
And a massive communication breakdown. Pancada died to Mazzino here, and Tens just ran knife out into spawn, not even realizing where he was positioned.
Right behind them. It's going to be so many difficulties now. 2 players grouped up, Sassy, Zekin. Lev with the discipline. That's a double face towards the back of the site. And they've got King late rotating.
Almost impossible to break this setup.
Yeah. The more time you waste, the more time it gives for King to get into position. They know that there's got to be one more there. Spotting out the 2 players, jumping around the corner. Zekin eating all the damage. Flash connects with King, getting that one. It's all up to Zekin. It's just not really doable. Nade rebounds, damage done. The reposition to safety. Forcing Mazzino there, but time it's just running so short now. It's going to be ticking, rapidly approaching. It's a demise of the round and Lev, but they claim it, they eat it up. 9-4, pistol round is theirs.
The L in last chance qualifier stands for LATAM. It's the LATAM qualifier right now. I mean, Leviatan have just come alive. What a beautiful pistol round. The way that they take mid control and A-ramp control, uncontested against Sentinels, have Mazzino lurking to B heaven, who calls the audible for them to come back as Mazzino pushes down, catches Pancada, Tens, allows a free entry into the B site. They're playing Sentinels like a fiddle.
Mistakes are there, but Lev, I gotta say, showcasing a completely different team.
Absolutely.
This is a drastic turnaround from them.
And I've been very impressed with King's IGLing. I think he's called wonderful audibles in this match. A player who individually we've always been incredibly impressed with, but his IGLing was definitely in question over the course of this season. His team looked too rigid, they were really struggling. And, you know, for the first time in over a year, ended up losing to their LATAM rivals just recently in LCQ. So it looked like the stocks were going down and down. But today, he's been calling some fantastic rounds.
An early presence from Lev with the dog, Taco, making all the noise in the world up towards A ramp. Forced 2 of the Sentinels players over there, but now fast rotations. You've got to take risks in rounds like this. You have to grasp any sort of opportunity here. It's explosive. Out towards the site now, shots are fired off, but they don't really have the guns for it. Zekin, it's clean. Again, a bit of dodging and juking with the movement. They're just trying enough to reset the aim. Players are starting to get into position, but just running them down. Have all the advantages with the weaponry. It's enough to sail them all the way to that 10th round.
And they're going to have a really nice bonus buy here. You know, King has 5.7k, and you can use that to buy a rifle. Really put the pressure on Sentinels. A 6-round deficit. If Sentinels don't win this next one coming up, it is essentially game over. End of the year. End of the line. King is 18-8. Mazzino 16-6. I mean, they are slaughtering them currently.
Satchel out.
Deep flash, double satchel, attempt to punish. Second.
Great shot.
Yeah, does well to get the kill there when there's a shotgun in his face.
Might look a bit
Away
silly,
for
but
the heals.
that is tough.
It's really tough. Essentially have one chance. Lev, they're not showing any fear, man. They are just contacting all the way up.
That's another amazing smoke from Mazzino, like Sean was pointing out in his telestrator that he used in round 2, blossoming his own smokes to get past those defensive ones that Marv is popping.
The spike is down. Set up here for a bit of a slam dunk. Dash out into the side 10s. The crosshair placement, that's good. Through the box. Damage being done, not enough to secure the kill. Shy, he holds it. There's a flash play, Shy. There's the punishment. By this time enough in the end, it's down to 2 versus 2.
Do they expect this from King?
Yeah, he's been so intelligent with the repositioning, catching Sassy with a util. It's up to Zekken. Snake bite down, and King has just been fantastic.
Unbelievable clutch from King. Back on his throne, 20-8. 11 for the score, a bonus round that sends Sentinels scattered again.
I mean,
What
the
a
game
play.
plan, man. The game plan he's calling, his individual decision-making, it's all been top-notch.
It really has.
I mean, the game the other day, King looked like the only player there who wanted to turn up, who wanted to actually play.
And that's immaculate stuff, but I love what Mazzino's doing as well to create pressure on the other side of things. He's getting aggressive and disrespecting the B garage control. Sassy's going to use Trailblazer at the very start of the round to try and stop him from going for that as Zekken makes the play and gets shut down.
There is a trade. A deep push down mid. Onto the weaker
I've got
guns. It's
your
all or
trail.
nothing at this point. And the reaction here from Lev, facing it. Pancade's only got the Marshal. Is there going to be any damage done? They just fired the bullets, rattled them off straight down that line of sight angle, enough to provide that covering fire. Spike's going to get planted. The adaptation. Sen grouped up with 3 players. This is Lev approaching match point. Dropping down now. Dog broken. No connection with the flash. Bullets fired off. Taco. Slow enough that he could go down to it, but Tensor's also low himself, and he's looking for an easier sight line. This is an off angle by Shy. Reactions. It's quick. Right off the draw. Sassy. He's left alone. It's a 1v2. His position being pushed, being prodded. It's backing away. Safety in numbers. Mazzino playing it excellently. The 12th round secured. Sentinels with their backs against the wall. This is the 2023 season on the line.
And a timeout being called.
The King and Mazzino at the top, but now you're staring down the barrel of defeat here for Sentinels. It is an impossible scenario. You're going to come back 8 rounds in a row to stay in the series, stay in LCQ, stay in VCT. Flash through into mid here. Sen getting aggressive now towards A main, looking to try and take some names once more. Setting their sights over towards King, who's just holding a bit of a narrow angle as this fight takes place as well. This brawl into mid. Taco got the dash now. Taking these angles as well, high ground.
Yeah, the Trailblazer found Pancada tucked in the corner. So as he's pushed back, Leviatan now starting to control mid, making sure that there's no pushes on the other sides of the extremities. King holding a really passive position over towards A. So now Lev control a little bit of mid. How do they capitalize on this? They've used 40 seconds here, and they're not that deep.
No, haven't gained too much control.
Guiding light used from Sassy. Knows that there's nobody playing over towards A. This is fake pressure created by King's
Seekers.
utility, and the Seekers are just going to confirm this even further.
Yeah, just the one going towards A main. It's going to notify him that there's only going to be King lurking towards that direction. The rest of them sitting into mid. 35 seconds left.
First round here, where King's calling looks a little aimless. But Lev might still barrel over them.
Doubled up.
30 seconds
Sentinels going
left.
to try and put a stop to this one here. The gun duel. It's one out. Taco dashing forwards. Time is of the essence, and he wants to try and take it right into his own hands. Knife is out, though. Close to the corner. Second. Not enough to reset and claim the second. It's traded.
Spike.
Left down to just 2. Of course, Tens has the knives here.
Spike planted.
2 versus 3 to save everything. Dash is there. Flash is there. And so it's a crosshair placement. Drop down to the floor to smoke. Again to hide his footing. Tens out to the open. He can't hit the shot. Is left at the Sassy. Cannot claim it. 13-4. The series is done. And Sentinels are out of LCQ.
The crowd just put into a state of shocked silence. Nobody saw that one